Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background is in Thai boxing and wrestling. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed officially 145 3/4 pounds. This fight veteran brings a record that stands at 18 victories, 14 defeats. He fights out of and hails from Angoulême, France. Here is Olivier Wide-Eyed Pastor. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds even. As a young professional, he is perfect inside the cage. 9 wins, no losses. He hails from Liverpool, England. Here is the undefeated Chris Fishgold. Referee in charge is Mark Goddard.
And referee Mark Goddard just about set to start this featherweight contest. Chris Fishgold in the black shorts, Olivier Pastor in the white and blue. Fishgold looking fired up, as is Pastor.
Yeah, Pastor coming out fast and taking the center of the cage here. So much energy for these guys. Good catch of the kick from Pastor, though.
Nice right hand following that from Pastor, and looking to take Fishgold's back now as the Frenchman.
Well, Chris Fishgold did just actually get his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt direct from Chris Brennan out in the US, so
a legitimate belt if ever there was one, Josh.
Absolutely. But Olivier Pastor, oh, lovely rolling takedown. Pastor's going to scramble here, though.
Let go defense, Oliver. Let go defense,
One thing you know about Chris Fishgold is he stays so tight in on the takedowns, always uses his head very, very well and drives with a lot of pressure.
He is tenacious when he's looking for them. We saw that last time out.
Rolling takedown again, and
on the cage,
looking to scramble to the back. Very good arming guillotine on Olivier Pastor, though, if he can get under the neck.
Fishgold not leaving that neck in for Pastor. And as we suspected, Josh, Pastor making Fishgold work for this.
Yeah, I mean, I said Fishgold uses his head and pressure very, very well in the takedowns. He does the same thing in his grappling and his top game. And in the transition, the whole time just stays tight. Pressure and punishment is really what Chris Fishgold's grappling game is all about. Really good crew there at Next Gen down in Liverpool. Paul Rimmer, Danny Roberts in the corner.
And what really impressed me about Chris Fishgold last time out, and indeed the time before, is how well he takes instruction from his corner during the fight, not just between rounds, but during the fight itself. He's listening to what his coach is saying, and he's putting that into implementation.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big layoff with an injury and then constant pullouts. And really, he just wants to put his foot on the gas and get some fights under his belt now. 2-0 since he's come back from that layoff. And, you know, he's going to try and make it 3 in a row here tonight.
And very few people queuing up to fight Chris Fishgold.
Oh, what an interesting attempt at a submission from Olivier Pastor. Driving the knee into the neck and cranking the head over the top of the knee. Very tricky indeed.
Fishgold able to create some space, though. Pumped a few of those big left hands in. Olivier Pastor holding on to that half guard.
Yeah, you can see he's trying to pump off that underhook, uses it to retain guard immediately. Fishgold is trying to shrug his hips, and Pastor with a very active guard on the bottom. He's looking for a triangle here. Classic wrist control.
Just over halfway through this first of 3 5-minute rounds here in the Cage Warriors featherweight division. And Chris Fishgold slides the legs to one side and jumps in with a punch.
Yeah, Olivier Pastor does a very good job of getting that top knee in, using it to extend his hips away, create the space and re-establish guard. Very nice use of the half guard there.
Fishgold very aware of his position in the rankings in the Cage Warriors featherweight division. Got his sights set on a title shot at some point in the future, and he knows an impressive win here over Olivier Pastor is only going to move him in the right direction.
I mean, you look at the names in the featherweight division that Cage Warriors have, it's incredible. I mean, the lighter weight classes are just stacked in every single division, and you know, I think we've got no shortage of incredible fights as we move into 2014.
Absolutely. Cage Warriors has done so much over the past couple of years to build these lighter divisions. as they're hoping to do with the women's divisions in the next few years, Josh, and so many intriguing fights at so many different weights at the moment.
Well, just work, improve
One
that
of which is
position,
taking place
please.
before our very eyes right now. Chris Fishgold in a dominant position here against Olivier Pastor. Pastor giving no quarter though.
Yeah, he's looking
Searching for that arm.
Yeah, looking for Kimura here again. He's bringing the shin in to try and keep Fishgold away. And as the guard opens, Fishgold looks to pass. Pastor's coming up on a single.
Big elbows there from Chris Fishgold as Pastor looks to get that single leg. Pastor driving his man into the cage.
Really,
Fishgold doing some damage there on the way in though.
really good work from Pastor to get back to the feet, and some good shots on the break as Fishgold plays a few games with him.
It's a nice elbow that landed there, followed by a high head kick, and Fishgold tries to answer back with one of his own. Another takedown there from Chris Fishgold. A lot of snap on that one, Josh.
Yeah, drove through very nicely, both feet off the floor, something the guys at Next Gen look for in every takedown.
Big elbow. Seems that Pastor has a tiny nick on the forehead there, maybe. More big elbows coming in from Chris Fishgold.
Oh, and looking for the heel hook at the end of the round here. The corner called for it. Pastor sitting down on his hip to try and protect it. I think he's going to see the round out here.
Pastor defending well, and it really did look like that heel hook was on there from Chris Fishgold. And as I mentioned before, the corner asked for it, Fishgold went for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's listening to his corner, which is something that normally takes a fighter a bit of time to develop, but great awareness from Chris Fishgold. Let's have a look at some of the replays here.
Great rolling takedowns there from Chris Fishgold.
Yeah, good technical wrestling from Fishgold, eventually earning the top position.
And very close, leave that neck in, and you saw Pastor instantly look for that arm and guillotine.
And you know
Fishgold
what?
doing some damage from the top position here.
It was really good work from Pastor to nullify a lot of the offense. It took him some time to work his way back to the feet, but he didn't really take a lot of damage. He was, however, controlled for a bit of time. So Fishgold probably getting the better of that first round as far as the judges are concerned.
And no one's getting an easy night with Olivier Pastor. That much we know for certain. Incredibly tough to finish.
Ready, guys, round two. Go.
Chris Fishgold finding that out firsthand here at Cage Warriors 62 in Newcastle, England. Brad Wharton and Josh Palmer calling the action for you. Nice combination to start the second from Olivier Pastor. Fishgold answers back though and immediately switches for a takedown.
Well,
got to watch that neck though.
Pastor's going for the arm in guillotine. He's trying to sit up high, but Fishgold pops his head up very nicely indeed and uses it to drive forward. You see immediately the hands go to the hips. He's going to try and pull Pastor away from the cage.
Pastor again looking for that arm, Josh, underneath. Trying to pop that Kimura out. It's going to be very difficult with Fishgold applying his body pressure.
But he knows if he's attacking, then Fishgold has to worry about it. But really nice attempt to take the back here. Both hooks for Chris Fishgold and a lot of time to work.
Dangerous position here that Fishgold has his opponent in, but the odds aren't always on to finish Olivier Pastor from any position.
No, certainly not. Only two men have accomplished it so far. And around 35 fights for Pastor.
Pastor a full 20 years older than his opponent here tonight, Josh.
Yeah, you can see he's
in such incredible shape.
He's fighting, he's using a 2-on-1 to fight that top hand. He's trying to stop the choking arm coming under the neck. Fishgold's got a short choke on the jaw. He's going to look to crank the neck here.
Incredibly painful hold here from Chris Fishgold.
Oh, and it's slipping
He's got it under the neck, and the grimace of pain on Pastor's face.
Pastor's doing everything right to try and strip this hand, but you can see the right forearm of Fishgold is going to drive into the shoulder blade, and what resilience from Pastor to strip that grip. That is incredible composure.
And that is why Olivier Pastor is one of the hardest men to finish in European mixed martial arts. I mean, absolutely phenomenal guts there.
That was under the chin. You saw the grimace, but he stripped the hand, managed to break what looked like a very tight short choke. But looking possibly for an armbar here is Fishgold.
He had that choke on the chin, he had it under the chin. Incredible display from Olivier Pastor there, and Chris Fishgold has to go back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, still not out of danger though. Fishgold looks to sink his hips in, but Pastor again puts Fishgold's back on the mat. He's going to try and walk himself up high and put the pressure on Fishgold in this position, but the whole time he's got to keep hand fighting. He's got to be wary of this. And Fishgold's not throwing any strikes from here. He's worrying about controlling Pastor and trying to just stay on his back.
Half of our second round gone and half of the fight gone. Chris Fishgold, Olivier Pastor.
Fingers at the top, fingers at the top, fingers at the top, relax, relax. Go.
Referee Mark Goddard warning, fingers in the gloves there. Not allowed to hook your fingers into your opponent's glove. Fishgold still working from the back, looking again for that choke. Again, it's not under the neck, it's across the face.
Yeah, different escape from Pastor this time, driving the elbow high to try and take it off the jaw. And again, going back to the 2-on-1, trying to just fight that arm that's over the top of the shoulder. That's the arm that Fishgold's going to be using to try and choke Pastor. But he's got the arm trap now, and Pastor's going to have to be resilient again.
Shades of BJ Penn there, trapping that arm.
Yeah, it's a very effective position if you can, even if it gives you a split second just to try and get the choke in. I love the back control from Fishgold, though. You can see he takes the hook out, goes to a single hook. He's going to look to possibly feed it under the knee and just control Pastor's hips. It'll be very interesting to see what this does mentally for both fighters. If Pastor makes it out of this round and Fishgold isn't able to finish him, he's going to win the round on control and domination on the ground for sure, but you know, Pastor is one tough cookie.
Absolutely cannot be counted out of any contest at 135 or 145. Finding one of the brightest prospects in UK MMA in Chris Fishgold. And both these guys really putting each other through the ringer in this one, Josh.
I mean, Fishgold has fantastic rear naked choke attacks. It's how he's finished the majority of his fights. But Pastor has just taken everything he's got.
Fishgold going in for a single there.
He's going to try and pull that leg through and turn the corner to come up on top. Pastor reaching through to secure the wrist. Nice defense, looking for the Kimura.
Doesn't get it, and we're back on the feet. Centre of the cage here, Cage Warriors 62, Newcastle, England. Nice body kick from Olivier Pastor there. Goes a little bit higher with that one. Blocked by Fishgold though.
Oh, rolling
wheel kick. Peter Graham would have been proud of that one.
Yeah, but he's given up his back and Fishgold's on him again, but not with much time to work. I think Pastor's going to see this round out.
Stop.
I think he probably knew he'd lost the round anyway, so why not try something a little crazy?
I think Olivier Pastor is a little crazy in a good way. You never know what you're going to get with him. I mean, he can grind you out and he can put you against the fence and make it a really grimy, gritty fight. Or he'll go and throw a rolling thunder kick like that out of nowhere. And, you know, we've seen those kicks work in MMA before.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the replays from that second round. It really was a lot of back control. And here's the short choke coming in. It was really good work from Chris Fishgold to get the choke. You can see the gable grip and then the right forearm trying to drive into the shoulder blade and really rake the radial bone across the throat. Very different rear naked choke, very painful, but Olivier Pastor was wise to everything he had to offer.
Able to turn into the guard of Fishgold there and get back on the feet and reset it. And then we see that attempted rolling capo kick there from Olivier Pastor. Of course, technique made famous by legendary kickboxer turned MMA fighter Peter Graham. Pastor looking to emulate some of Graham's success with that kick.
So we're used to seeing a lot of movement and angles on the feet from Pastor, but immediately giving up the bottom position again. Look at this wrestling base from Fishgold, who bridges right up onto his neck and turns back. That was almost something you'd see in a drill at the start of a grappling class. I mean, phenomenal wrestling from Chris Fishgold.
Got to be careful leaving that neck in, and Fishgold able to get out of what potentially could have been a very bad position.
Good scrambling from Olivier Pastor.
You know, we saw Pastor finish Liam James when James left the neck in on a takedown in Jordan last year. Pastor looking to set that choke up, going under the chin.
Yeah, but you can see getting his head up nicely is Chris Fishgold. He's got to protect his neck here, though.
4 minutes remain in this featherweight fight.
Yeah, of course, Fishgold is out training with Chris Brennan, who's famous for 5 and 10 finger guillotines, so you got to figure he was pretty wise to the grips that Olivier Pastor was trying to use there.
Fishgold trying to roll under there, unable to. Pastor now with the top position.
Oh, Pastor now attacking the back. Let's see if he can actually secure a position. Fishgold's going to look to try and roll and recover here. Scrambling nicely back to his feet.
Fishgold putting the hand on the mat there briefly to prevent knees to the head. There's a knee to the head that landed. Pastor follows it up with a kick.
Oh, Pastor looking for a takedown now, in on the single leg. Let's see what he can do from this position.
And Fishgold may be up by 2 rounds on the judges' scorecards, but Olivier Pastor is very much in this fight, Josh.
Yeah, he's coming for Chris Fishgold in this 3rd round. And Fishgold, you know, he's only been this deep in fights once.
Huge body kick there from Olivier Pastor. He starts winging hooks at Fishgold, but ends up on his back.
Arm guillotine again from Pastor. He's high up on the neck, or on the back, sorry. Trying to feed the grip through, but not quite enough space for him.
Fishgold powering his way out.
And heavy breaths from Fishgold now.
He took a knee there on the way out as well, and a huge body kick may have done some damage to Fishgold. Pastor looking for one on the other side now.
At the moment, the work rate from Pastor is incredible. This man is 40 years old. Looking to work to the back now.
I believe he recently turned 41, Josh.
Oh God, sorry.
As you say, a full 20 years older than Chris Fishgold, who himself, at just 21 years old with a 9-0 record, is a bit of a phenom in himself.
Yeah, but he's having to earn any potential win here tonight, as is Olivier Pastor. Top control for him now. Let's see what he can do. 2 minutes left in this round as he looks to work from this top position.
When we last saw Pastor on Cage Warriors, he took James Brum down to the wire in a very, very close fight. And while this one may not be as close as that, Pastor still very much in it here in the 3rd round. And Chris Fishgold has 1 minute and 40 seconds to survive.
Oh, and he's looking to switch through on the arm, but coming forward with strikes now.
A nice combination ending with a head kick. Chris Fishgold beckons him on for more.
It's all very well waving it off, but if they're still landing, they're still scoring.
Scoring points indeed is Olivier Pastor. Punches in bunches. Fishgold taunts him.
Back in. Don't matter. Go, fight.
Mark Goddard just putting the mouthpiece back in for Fishgold.
Olivier Pastor just hands wide and swinging now.
Throwing the head kick up there. I believe that head kick caused a little nick on the cheek of Fishgold.
Oh, lovely takedown from Pastor, in on the hips and just reap the outside leg.
Chris Fishgold being put through the ringer here in this 3rd round.
Oh, switching through for a 3/4 staff. Really nice grip from Pastor.
Pastor looking to land shots, and if he can get Fishgold up to his knees, expect the big knee to follow, perhaps a knee to the body, but Fishgold back on his feet and able to reset. Body kick, and it's looking like those body shots are hurting Fishgold here, Josh.
They're starting to mount up, and you know, Fishgold is breathing very heavy, but there's only 20 seconds left in this round.
And Olivier Pastor is going to have to do something quickly here, Josh. He's got Fishgold up against the fence, spinning back fist, right hook and a left kick to the body.
I mean, this is my fight of the night so far. These guys are giving each other absolute hell over these 3 rounds.
And watch for Pastor to maybe throw something crazy here at the end of the round. It's going to be a big knee to the face of Fishgold. But the clock is Pastor's biggest enemy there at the end of the 3rd round. Absolutely phenomenal 3-round contest.
I want to see round 4.
Absolutely. I could watch that all night, all day, and twice on Sundays.
Wow, well, the judges are going to have to make a pretty tough decision here. But what a display from Chris Fishgold and Olivier Pastor. Early rounds going to Chris Fishgold. Pastor survived some hairy moments in the 2nd, but this 3rd round, Pastor just went out with a work rate.
And these kicks and punches to the body of Chris Fishgold really, really took their toll as the fight progressed, Josh. And Fishgold said that he would be surprised if Pastor lasted more than 4 minutes. And as we can see here in the replay, he was still giving as good as he got in the 4th round, in the 3rd round, beg my pardon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost a shame that somebody is going to have to walk away the loser from this one.
Well, MMA can be a very cruel mistress at times, and never good to see a runner-up in such a fantastic contest. And as our judges tally the scorecards, an anxious Pastor and Fishgold await the official decision. And here's Joe Martinez to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it the same, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Chris Fishgold.
A unanimous decision for Chris Fishgold. And Fishgold and Pastor embrace in the centre of the cage after what really was a phenomenal contest there, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you know, that's absolutely the right decision. Doesn't really tell the whole story of the fight, though. I mean, that really was some incredible action from both these men.